Hey, good morning. Welcome to Coffee with John. Looking forward to having Brian Town, CEO of Michigan Creative. Brian, it's always great to connect with you and talk. I thought we could talk a little bit about today as we're seeing people get back into the office. We're seeing many companies, suggesting and having their employees come back to the office 2 or 3 days a week. And I think during COVID, as we sit here in March of 2022, but I think during COVID, people got reconnected to their own personal values. Companies were really living their values. But let's talk a little bit about how core values really can run your business today and moving forward.
Yeah, John, thanks. And thanks for having me on. That's like my favorite topic. And I think my employees roll their eyes when I start talking about our core values. But, ours really work. And we have 4 core values. And really, it's great to have core values and you have them on your website and maybe you do posters on the wall and stuff. But, we've been into those companies to help them and ask their employees what the core values are. No one knows.
Right.
And so get your employees.
I just want to say one thing. It's better to have your people roll their eyes than not know.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they know. And because I say it all the time. Right. And how we've done it, and I think how you can do it is really think about sometimes the core values. I try to get clients that we help them with their core values to think about not the customer necessarily, and that is hard for them to really get them to think about that in a way. And what I try to get them to do is think about what you want your people to be like, both inside and outside of work. Because at the end of the day, if they meet their core values, like one of ours, for example, John, is everyone you come in contact with should have a better day, right?
Right.
And doesn't say anything about marketing, doesn't say anything about our customers. I mean, you wouldn't even know we were a marketing company, right? But if I've got people that are excited and helpful and are good people and are nice to other people, that everybody that they come in contact with, anybody that comes in contact with a Michigan Creative employee is going to have a better day because of it.
Yeah.
And so the way that you can write those is have your employees help you write them and find out what's important to them and find out what characteristics you need of your employees to be successful.
Yeah.
Then the second piece of that is that you got to use them. And what I mean by that is not just pass them out, not just talk about them, not just put them on your site, but they should be in every proposal. They should be on your website, but also use that to rate, hire, fire, and give bonuses and track your employees quarterly. So every quarter we have our 4 core values, and on a scale to 1 to 5, are you meeting those 4? And if you get 4s and 5s, you're doing good. Get a couple 3s, probably should do some work. Yeah. If you're getting 2s, then we're going to have some conversations.
Yeah. I love it. Just going back to your question, everybody, one of your core values is everybody have a better day. I think today more than ever, it's so important that every impression is a first impression. Mm-hmm. And so I think I love that. And I think it's so important what you're talking about as far as how to really live them day to day. It's so important. And I love that you love it because it starts at the top.
Yep.
It starts at the top. And so everything a leader does in an organization, you're the CEO of your company, everyone else is affected by the way you talk about it, your passion for it, the way that you incorporate it into everything and the thread of what you do. In just a couple sentences, how important is it that leaders actually walk the talk?
Yeah. So I can tell you a real story, and I have to make sure that I'm always, and people have had to remind me, like one of ours is every problem has a solution. And, I would get worried about something. They're like, Brian, look, man, every problem has a solution. And it's like, you win when your employees actually say it to you. I'm like, okay, you're right. But, I think that, one of the things that you have to be careful of your core values is, we were talking to somebody and they said, it is important for us to family first or something like that. One of their core values was. And I said, well, do some of your employees work like extra shifts, and are they working 12-hour shifts and are they, working 60 hours a week? And they're like, yeah, I mean, we're busier than heck and we have to do that. I'm like, probably shouldn't put that as your core value right now. So what you don't want to have happen is have core values that leadership knows and thinks sound great, but then you talk to an employee, who knows them, and they'll just say, yeah, well, those aren't real, because then it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I love what you're talking about. We're going to continue this conversation and some additional topics. We're gonna have about a 3-part series, you and I, Brian. Right. CEO of Michigan Creative. Tell people how they can connect with you.
Yeah, best way is just go to our site, michigancreative.com. Everything's on there that you need. You can get my email and phone number, and love to talk to just about anybody who's interested in kind of what we do, or if there's some things we can do to help you with your core values or your marketing.
Give everybody your phone number.
Yeah, it's 517-489-4970.
All right. You guys do incredible work. And I've seen it firsthand. I've referred a lot of people to you. I get rave reviews. It's nice for me as somebody, as a business coach. One of the things I do is open up my network to other people. And, I think one of the things in business are people, when we're talking about core values and just talk about the word value, people value when you refer them somebody, and you're an easy person to refer because you're working.
Thanks.
Yep. Yeah. And your internal team is great. We're going to continue this conversation. Think community. If Brian can be of service to you, reach out. Thanks, everybody.
All right.